Just noticing the breath that's already flowing through. No need to change the breath in any way. Simply present to that life-giving force, entering in through the nose and flowing back out. As you continue to just witness this experience of breath that is already present, you can observe the belly, gentle rise and fall underneath the hand that is resting on the belly. And you can notice the soft beat of your heart underneath the hand that's resting on your chest. Experience this amazing ability of your body to keep itself going here on earth without having to put any effort in at all. The body will breathe itself without you having to think about it. And the body has the heart that is beating, pumping the blood through without you having to ask your heart to beat. Thank goodness. So trusting in this body to sustain you and to keep you moving forward. I'm just witnessing for these next few moments the body breathing itself and the beat of your heart as it moves the blood through. And then take a deeper inhalation, filling yourself all the way up. And an open mouth exhale, sighing out. Again, inhaling, filling yourself up. And exhale, sighing out. And now have the experience that you've changed from simply watching the body breathe to being the breather as you begin to manipulate and control your breath. Working here on a 3-part breath. As you inhale, fill the belly and feel the hand on your belly rise. Breathing into the rib cage, the ribs expand. And then inviting the breath to move all the way up to the top of the lungs, the hand that's resting on the chest, feel it rise. As you exhale, softening chest, softening ribs, softening belly back towards the spine. And continuing now to be the breather as you explore this 3-part breath. Inhaling belly, ribs, and chest. And exhaling chest, ribs, and belly. As you continue a few more rounds of this 3-part breath, see if you can pause for a moment when you're full. And then exhaling, pause for a moment when you're empty, finding a contraction of Mula Bandha, gentle contraction of pelvic floor, lower abdominal muscles. As you release that squeeze, the breath blossoms in all the way through belly, ribs to the chest. And as you exhale, finding that strength at your roots, all the breath out and finding the pause. Complete the round that you're on, and then one more round of this 3-part breath. when you are complete, release the hands to the knees. One more time, cleansing breath, filling all the way up. And open mouth exhale, sighing out. On your next inhalation, sweep the arms up and overhead, reaching up, stretching up, touch the palms. And exhaling, hands to heart center. And again, inhaling, rising, reaching. And exhaling, hands come heart center. One more time, reaching up, opening up. And exhaling, hands touch to the heart. And then bringing the hands to the shins. Beginning a few rounds of seated cat and cow. On the inhalation, the chest lifts. And on the exhalation, rounding back, creating space between the shoulder blades. Continuing to flow, inhaling, opening up, and exhaling, rounding back.
Upstairs right now.
Good, taking a few more rounds, breathing in, breathing out. And then returning to seated. And if you are sitting up on something like I am on the bolster, you can go ahead and move that so that you're a little bit more grounded on the sits bones. So we're taking that cat and cow a little bit faster. So this is the Kundalini variation of cat and cow. Really brings a lot of energy in. You start to feel that heat right at the belly center. And when you think about the center of the body, right, this is your fire center. So this is where we create that internal fire that gives us the energy to really get stuff done. So when we're feeling a little stuck and we're not having as much, drive to get things done, stimulating this area of the body can really start to create that fire. And in that center, it's your personal power and your ability to really move from the watery space of the imagination, the dreams, the passions, and to create that fire to make those things a reality. So thinking about that as you place your hands on your shins, and you're going to begin to move a little bit more quickly in this cat and cow. Inhaling as you lift up and exhaling as you go back like this. Keep that going a little bit more. And as you're moving, you're really rocking through the sacral area. So it's starting to create space in the hips and the lower back. You're really getting that fire because you're moving energetically and muscularly through the space of the abdominals. And then the heart opens on the inhale, backside of heart opens on the exhale. So you're really getting into this full movement of the torso, just a little bit more. Slowing down, coming back to center, sitting tall. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. And return to the resting of one hand right there at the solar plexus, belly, and one hand at the heart. Feeling that fire underneath the hand that's resting on the belly. And feeling the sweetness, the openness, the energy rising up to the space of the heart. And indeed, this pose is nicknamed fire in the belly, honey in the heart. So we want this fire and the things that we do with that fire, we wash through the sweet space of the heart. With the things that we do and put forth and share with others are being informed by gratitude, compassion, love. And on your next inhale, circle the arms up. And as you exhale, twisting to the right and hold. The static twist to the right. Left hand comes to the right knee, right hand is behind. And then turning the head towards the right shoulder so that you get a gentle stretch in the neck. Each inhale, you lift and extend through the spine. And each exhale from that place of strength at your root, twisting to the right, feeling that stimulation at the belly center. And as you twist to the right and you're compressing the right side of your body, you're actually working on compressing and squeezing your liver, which is one of your organs of detoxification. You're wringing yourself out, stretching the muscles that line the spine. Taking one more full breath here in the twist. And on your next inhale, unwinding head, unwinding torso, moving back to center, letting the breath pause for a moment, or at least regulate for a moment, smoothing out. On your next inhale, circle the arms up, reaching up and overhead, touch the palms. And as you exhale, twisting to the left, holding in the static twist. So as you hold here, you can gently turn the head towards the left shoulder to stretch the neck, and finding that inhalation that extends the spine, lifts the crown of the head to the sky. And as you exhale, wringing yourself out now to the left, gently compressing left side of the body, space of the stomach that sits off to the left, and then working on compressing the descending colon as well. So really getting some space to move and work with these organs of detoxification. And keeping that breath flowing, long, smooth breaths from down low in the belly all the way up to lift the collarbones. And as you exhale from the place of strength, Mula Bandha, root lock, as you twist to the left. Taking one more full inhale and exhale. And on your next inhalation, unwinding head, unwinding torso, pausing center, noticing any energy that's releasing from this twist. Walking forward now onto hands and knees. So coming onto hands and knees and planting the hands under the shoulders and knees under the hips for the most support for the joints. And taking a few rounds of cat and cow from this variation, this position, so that you can loosen the spine, loosen the sacral area, stretching the muscles of the belly on the inhalation, and then drawing the belly in and up on your exhalation. And continuing to flow through those two ranges of motion as you find these rounds of cat and cow. And completing one more round. And when you are complete, come back through center. And instead of drawing the belly in and up, let the muscles soften a little bit. You don't want to hang here into the joints. Keep that press of the hands into the floor so that you have lots of length and strength in the arms, but soften the muscles of the belly just a little bit. This will be beginning breath of fire. So if you are new to breath of fire, the easiest way to get the rhythm is to stick your tongue out and pant. So I will be starting that way, but then as soon as you feel comfortable, close your mouth and continue that same rhythm of breath, an equal and rapid inhale and exhale, in and out through the nose. Let's take a breath in together. Exhale out and begin. Keep that going a little bit more. Continuing breath of fire. We'll practice that for a total of about 2 minutes. So continuing to pump the belly, keeping that equal inhale and exhale, fast and smooth rhythm. And if you lose rhythm or if it becomes choppy, go back to the panting. Reestablish that rhythm, reestablish that pace, and then return to the breathing. Releasing breath of fire, drop the belly, lift the chest for cow pose. And as you exhale, round and empty, draw the tailbone down towards the ground. Do that 2 more times, stretching the abdominals as you inhale and exhaling, creating space behind the heart as you open up the space of the shoulder blades. And once you've completed your 2 rounds, back to center, and now drawing the belly in and up so you feel very supported at the abdominals. Stretching back through the right leg, really pressing through the sole of the foot, activating strongly through the backside chain in the right leg, glute, and then reaching the left arm forward. So balancing here on 2 limbs, really strong through the abdominals. And we're going to inhale and get long. And on the exhale, the arm and leg will go out to the side. So inhaling for length, exhale, taking the arm and leg, swinging out to the side, and continuing to flow. Inhaling, reaching forward and back, and then exhaling, arm and leg out to the side. And you want to find a nice, easy swing at the hip joint. So you're not muscling that from the hip, but the abdominals are working very hard to stabilize. Good. Taking that 1 more time, breathing in, swinging out, and then hold here. You're going to plant your right foot down onto the mat and really scooping up through the belly, reach the left arm up to the sky, opening through left side to pectoral. Breathe in. As you exhale, winding the left arm underneath for thread the needle. Just a variation with this leg out to the side. Placing the left temple down onto your mat. And then you have an option to play around with some different positions. Reaching the right arm up to the ceiling or the sky. And then you can bend at your left elbow and take a mudra, bringing the first finger and thumb together in a circle, and the other 3 fingers extend. Taking 1 more breath here. As you exhale, lowering down, pressing through, reaching up. Good. And then sweeping the left arm back down, and then both arms reaching up to the sky. Really stabilizing as you breathe in, and then bringing right hand to right leg, reaching over left arm, stretching over to the right for gate pose. Feeling that big stretch up through the left side body. Firmly planting right foot down to the floor. Sweeping the left arm up and over, planting the left hand down, and lifting the right leg up. Bending at your right knee and catching the foot or the ankle, and then to whatever degree feels good for you, stretching back through the right toes, opening up the whole right side pectoral, and feeling that stretch also in right quadricep. Good. Bringing the right leg back out to the side, reaching up, breathe in. And as you exhale, sweeping the hand down, you're going to step the right foot forward between the hands for low lunge. Starting to walk the hands up. And press the right hand onto the right thigh, reaching left arm up to the sky, really long to the tailbone, and then stretching the left thumb back. So you're going to get a big stretch here through the left side psoas. Gaze goes towards the sky. Breathing in. Breathing out. 1 more inhale. And as you exhale, sweeping left arm across, outside right knee, and bringing the palms together for a spinal twist. Pressing the thumbs towards the heart center. Unwinding back to center, breathe in. And hands down to the ground. And begin into a rocking half split. So as you inhale, stretching the hips back, lifting right toes to the sky. As you exhale, bending the knee and coming forward. And just give a little massage out here to your hamstrings as the hips go forward and back. And the next time that you come into the lunge, you can slide back through the right foot. And then planting the hands directly under the shoulders, setting up for left side. Draw the belly in and up, extending back through the left leg, really pressing through the sole of the foot, extending out through the right arm, breathing in, getting long, and as you exhale, sweeping arm and leg out to the side. And continuing here to swing the leg back, the arm forward, and as you exhale, arm and leg out to the side. And just continue to flow. One more time. And the next time that you come out to the side, stay there, planting the left foot down, scoop the belly in and up, reach right arm up to the sky, breathe in, and as you exhale, threading through, lowering down. And once you get into position, you have that option to extend the left arm up, bending at the right elbow, and taking the mudra. First finger and thumb come together, and the rest of the fingers extend. Releasing back down, sweeping back through, and reaching up. And then bringing the left hand down to the left leg, gate pose to the left side, stretching right arm over to the left and feeling that stretch to the whole right side body. Breathing into the right side rib cage. And now sweeping back up, planting the right hand down, lifting the left leg, and bending at the left knee, catching the foot, and swinging back. Really opening up that whole left side quadricep, left side pectoral. Probably feeling that as well in the hip. Releasing, extending out, and then bringing the hand back down and stepping the left foot through the hands. Finding your lunge, walking the hands up, planting left hand on left thigh, and then reaching the right arm up, really getting long and tall here. So try not to sink in, but instead getting tall and stretching back. So you get this effect in the psoas muscle, really opening that space up. One more big inhale, and then begin to bend at the right elbow, crossing over for spinal twist, pressing the palms, and then really pressing hands to heart center. Have a good warm up already for the spine. So going deep into this twist, feeling that wringing out action. Coming back to center, and then planting the hands and beginning this rocking half split. Inhaling as you extend and exhale as you come forward. And just continuing to flow. Feel that opening up space in the back of your left leg. And the next time that you come forward, you can stay there, sliding left foot back. And once you're here centered, take a big breath in. Exhale with a lion's breath. Stick your tongue out, make some noise. Good. And now moving into downward facing dog. So walking the hands forward, curling the toes, lifting the hips up and back. And then pedaling out your feet, making sure that you're getting some good space in the feet and ankles, calves. And making your way centered into stillness. Bend the knees so that you can get more space in the upper part of your spine and really stretching the chest back towards your thighs. So get lots of length as you inhale, stretching back, and exhale, finding some strength there at the root, belly center. On your next inhalation, extend the right leg up and really get long. Point the toe for this variation. Point the toe towards the space where the wall meets the ceiling, or if you're lucky enough to be outside, pointing the toe right up to the sky. And then bend at your knee and stack your hips so you're getting a big open space in right side hip. Sweeping through now, knee to nose, and planting right foot between the hands. This time, keep the back knee lifted, finding high crescent lunge, reaching up. And so once you stabilize, lengthen the tailbone, stay long in the lower back, and then stretch the thumbs back, opening chest up. Breathing in. And as you exhale, hands come heart center. And once again, spinal twist, finding the left elbow outside the right knee. Feel that squeeze there on the right side of the body. And you have the option here to open up. Left fingers can come down to the ground as the right arm reaches up. Don't let that compromise your twist to go into that deeper position. Remaining stable with smooth and even breath. And big breath in as you open up, and then unwinding, planting the hands, and stepping back to plank. Drawing the belly in and up, get really strong, hollow body position. Pushing the ground away. Breath in, and as you exhale, lower knees, chest, and chin. Scooping through low cobra. And coming through all fours, returning to your downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Good. In the left side, extending the left leg, pointing the toe. Establishing that length. And then bending at your knee and stacking the hips. Really opening up through the pelvis, the inner thigh, as the knee spins up to the ceiling. And now drawing knee to nose, stepping through, high crescent lunge. Reaching up. And stay high on the ball of that back foot. The heel is lifting up towards the sky. Arms reaching up to the sky. Stabilizing through the lower back. And then opening up from the stretch of the thumbs back. Stay long in the lower part of the spine and extend it in the upper part of your spine as you find that back bend. Breathing in. And as you exhale, hands heart center. And now twisting to the left. Right elbow comes across. Stabilize. And then if you feel stable and want to go deeper, you can bring the fingertips to the ground as the top arm reaches up. Feel that open space across the chest if you take that extended position. Unwinding back to center. And then planting the hands, stepping back, finding your plank pose. Take your time here. Let the hips be below the shoulders and the belly hollowed out. Strengthen the legs. Nice and long through the neck. The gaze is down, neck is long. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, Ashtanga Namaskar, lowering knees, chest, chin. Scooping through, inhaling a little higher in your cobra, opening up, and then curling the toes, pressing back, downward facing dog. And you're gonna take a nice big breath here in your dog pose.
And then step your feet as wide as your mat. You can take a shorter stance if you need. We'll be twisting here. Or if you feel like your spine is really warmed up, you might want to keep that long, wide stance. Reaching across with the left hand for the right ankle. And then bending up the left elbow, really rotating through the spine, looking up and underneath right side armpit. Try to keep the hips square. The rotation happens through the ribs and the upper back. This will also add in a big stretch for the hamstrings. Feeling that here and now. You might find that really intensifying on the outer part of your hamstrings. Go ahead and wind back to center, take a breath. And then opposite side, so that nice wide stance, and then reaching across, right hand to the left ankle. Try to pull the right hip back as you bend the left elbow, looking up and underneath the armpit, so you're getting that good rotation through spine and upper back. Good. And wind back to center. And then from here, you're going to inhale in this wide leg down dog. Take a nice big stretch back. As you exhale, look forward and a nice little hop, hopping the feet to the outsides of the hands, toes turning out, so you come into Malasana. Sinking the hips down towards the ground, feeling that nice space in the sacral area and hips. Breathing deeply here. And coming down to the sits bones, and then lifting the feet for a Navasana boat pose. So you're going to be taking your feet and shins parallel to the floor. Arms are extended, and the chest is really lifting. As you inhale, straighten the legs and the arms. As you exhale, taking this extended variation. So you come down, but you hollow out the body. The shoulders and the shoulder blades are lifted and the feet are lifted. Breathe in here, and as you exhale, back up you go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower down. Extended boat. Breathing in, and as you exhale, lifting back up. We're going to do that one more time. Good. Once you're lifted, you're going to reach for the big toes. So bend the knees out to the side and grab a hold of these big toes. And then extending the legs up. Now, if that feels challenging for your hamstrings, then take the hands behind the calves. And that will also help you to keep the chest lifted. So you're either holding the toes, or to go a little bit deeper, you could point the toes, take the hands more towards the ankles, the heels, and really lifting up. So listen to your body. Good. Now, as you start to release down, bend your right knee and put your right foot on the floor. The left leg stays extended. Bend a little bit right knee out to the side and place the hands either side of the left leg. Chest is moving forward, heart moving towards the top of your left foot, and finding a forward fold. The important thing here is to keep the spine long. You're going to be feeling a big stretch here in the right side hip, and of course the back of the left leg. Now you can stay right here, and you want to keep the spine long. So try not to round down forward, but instead stay long, and then possibly taking a bind here, reaching the right arm around the right shin, clasping left hand into right. Once again, you're going to feel that open space in the pectoral muscle here, so don't strain to get into this position. Whatever depth your body allows, with the spine long. And slowly beginning to unwind, rising back up. And lifting both knees. Bending the knees out to the side, taking a hold of the big toes, straighten the legs. An option to go deeper, bringing the thighs a little bit closer to the belly, but still staying lifted through the chest. Toes can be pointed here. And this time, as you start to come down, the left knee bends, right leg comes to the ground. Left knee moves off to the side a little bit to give you space to fold forward. Hands either side of the right leg. And if your body allows, winding the left arm externally around left shin, wrapping right hand behind. And working on that length of the spine. Try not to round. Keeping space in the lower part of your back. Find that stretch in left side pectoral, no straining to get there. And slowly begin to unwind the arms, walking back up. And this time, as you bend your knees and reach for your big toes, you're coming into what's called a bear pose as you open the legs now wide. And chest stays lifted. We're working on the strength in the abdominals to keep you lifted, and of course, the open space in the back of the legs. Breathing in, lifting up, and then crossing at the ankles, rocking forward, planting the hands, step the feet back to plank. Pressing the ground away, hollow through the belly space, breathe in. And this time as you exhale, lower through chaturanga. Inhaling to upward facing dog and pressing back downward facing dog. Extending the right leg long and straight once you get there. Bending the knee and stacking the hip. And here you have the option to flip into wild thing. So you can stay with just the bent knee position, or you can start to let that right foot grow heavy, dropping it to the ground behind you, reaching up and over, and finding that back bend, big open space in the chest, stretching up the right side of your body. Coming back to center, extending right leg, and stepping the right foot forward through the hands, dropping the back foot flat, and this time you're moving into warrior two. So the front heel intersects the back arch as you wind your way up. And finding your warrior two, nice deep bend in that front knee. And working to get the thigh parallel to the floor. Arms are extended, lots of energy through the arms. And now finding the reverse position. No need to go too far back. Just stay open through the front side ribs and use your breath to get a little bit deeper into that space. Rising back up now for side angle pose. So you're gonna reach forward, get extension, bringing the right hand down to the ground, or you could use a block, and extending up through the left arm. Gotta keep the right side ribs really long. And taking the half bind here, or you have the option for full bind, reaching underneath the thigh and staying extended out. And as you unwind, place the right hand back onto the ground and extend the left arm up. And now straighten out through the front leg for Trikonasana, triangle pose, staying long through that bottom side waist. This is a great release for the lower back muscles. Squeeze the inner thighs towards one another, really energizing the legs. And maybe soften the front knee a little bit as you rise back up so not to strain. Taking a big breath in. And as you exhale, circle the hands down, stepping back. Go through your vinyasa, taking chaturanga to upward facing dog, and pressing back, downward facing dog. A nice big breath. And then opposite side, extending up to the left leg. Bending at the knee and stacking the hip. And you have the option here to decide if you want to flip your dog, going into wild thing, lifting up through the pelvis, extending out through that top arm, opening the heart up. Returning back to center, extend left leg strong, breathe in. And as you exhale, knee to nose, stepping the foot forward, back foot flat for warrior two. And strong and steady. Nice deep bend in the front knee. See if you can get the thigh parallel to the floor. And without changing anything in the legs, reversing that position, finding that big open space in your left side ribs. Returning back to warrior two, and then reaching forward, finding that extension first, working into your side angle pose. Half bind as the arm wraps behind the back, and really listen to your body here. Maybe going for the full bind if the body is inviting. As you unwind, plant the left hand down, reach the right arm up, and then straightening through the left leg, finding your triangle, really finding that extension through lower side ribs. Feeling the stretch in the front leg, hamstring stretching. And as you draw the inner thighs towards one another, that will help to stabilize the pelvis and also stabilize the front knee. To come out, a little softness in the front knee so you don't strain as you rise back up, breathing in. And on the exhalation, hands down to the ground, step back for your flow. And taking a big breath as you stretch back. And on your exhale, knees down to the ground, taking a moment to rest in child's pose. You can take your variation, knees together or wide. Let the breath begin to smooth and even. If you like, you can invite the breath to concentrate at the lower part of your body, breathing into lower back and the hips, as if the lungs could inflate the hips and the low back on inhalation. And as you exhale, feeling the contraction, gentle contraction of Mula Bandha, energy at the root. And as you breathe into the pelvis, and finding the downward flow of energy in the body, the Apana energy, cleansing, releasing, clearing energy. Walking yourself back up now to sit in Virasana, Hero's Pose. Either taking full Hero's Pose with the knees together and feet apart and the bottom sitting between the feet, or you can take Vajrasana, the Thunderbolt Pose, sitting back on the heels. And if you do have issues with your knees, make sure that you put something underneath your bottom. You don't want to have any strain here. And as you take a moment to sit in your variation of Hero's Pose, return the hand to the belly and the other hand to the heart. No need to control the breath in any way. Simply notice the breath that's already flowing through. And witness the beat of your heart. And as you take these few moments here,
letting the breath smooth out. See if you can find something that bubbles up, rises up from this fire in your belly. What do you burn for? What will you do? And as you feel the heart slowing down from its efforts in the practice, breath and heartbeat slowing down, smoothing and evening out. Taste that sweetness of gratitude, joy, love, and compassion. Letting the things that you do be washed with these things. Fire in the belly, honey in the heart. Let the hands soften down now to your lap. Let's take a breath in together. Soft lion's breath, releasing out. Just rising up to your knees for a moment so you can swing your legs to the side. Coming into Janu Shirshasana. So you're going to be extending the right leg out. The left foot will tuck in to the right inner thigh. And then finding the evenness in the sitting bones, rocking back and forth until you feel the evenness there. Strongly engaging through the right leg so that you have an active right foot. And then twisting towards the leg. Breathe in as you extend. And on exhalation, softening down, belly towards the thigh. Heart is reaching forward towards the top of the foot. Then look down towards your shin, or the eyes could look forward towards the top of your foot, trying to maintain that twisting action so you feel a stretch up the left side of the body. And try to maintain the lengthening action of the spine, reaching the crown of the head forward. And slowly beginning to walk back up, planting the left foot down, and bring the right leg forward now. Rotating around the left thigh, wrapping the right arm around the left shin, left hand comes behind for a spinal twist. So you can hold here for a nice tight seal, but if you prefer, you could hook right elbow outside left knee and extend the arm long. So find the position that works for you, and then taking several rounds of breath in this spinal twist. Nice long inhalations, rising up from down low in the belly. Feel the collarbones lift, and the exhalation comes from a place of strength, root lock, Mula Bandha. Good, finding several more of these breaths in the twist. And when you unwind, let the head come center, body come center. Bring the right knee in to meet the left, sitting tall. And taking the opposite side, extending the left leg out, tucking the sole of the right foot to the left inner thigh, twisting towards the left leg. Really maintain that length through right side body as you fold forward over the left leg. Breathing in, lengthening, breathing out, belly to thigh, gaze is forward or down, maintaining that length in the spine. Active left foot. Long, smooth breaths in and out. Slowly beginning to rise back up. And bringing the right knee up to the sky, left leg comes forward, and finding your twist. Winding around right leg. And then you have your variations that you can use if you prefer. Breathing here, several breaths in the twist. Those breaths rise up from down low in the belly, the center of your body, lifting collarbones, lifting heart. And as you exhale, finding strength at your root. Let the breath be smooth. And when you unwind, let the head come first, body follows, bending the knees in, sitting tall. And now rolling down onto your back. And take a moment just to settle here on the ground. We'll be preparing for bridge pose. Taking a moment to soften the chest, soften the glutes, the hamstrings. And then bringing the heels closer to the body, hips width apart, pressing down into the feet and lifting the hips up high. Walk your shoulders underneath your back. Interlace your fingers, and then lift the hips higher as you wiggle the shoulders even farther underneath. So you're high on the tips of your shoulder blades. Now come up to the balls of your feet, really pressing down into the ball of the left foot. Extend the right leg straight up. Try to keep the hips even and lifted. And bringing the right toes down, really lifting high through the pelvis, and then extending up to the left leg. Really working to keep both hips even. Left leg is extending. Lowering the left leg down, lifting the hips high, releasing the hands, and lowering down one vertebra at a time. And for the resting position, feet are wide, knees drop together, and taking a few rounds of breath here, smoothing and evening. Now we'll be moving into eventually the meditation position, which will be Supta Baddha Konasana. So if you are ready to move into more of a relaxation mode, then bring the soles of your feet together now with the knees opening out to the side. But if you prefer, I will cue for wheel pose. So if you would like to take the full back bend, you're going to plant the hands by the ears, fingers pointing towards the shoulders. When you are ready, really using the strength of the arms and the legs, you're going to inflate your way up. Taking Urdhva Dhanurasana, wheel pose. Really opening up that whole front side of your body, really opening up the space of the heart. And when you're ready, lowering down. Make sure you take time in the resting position, feet wide and knees together, so that you can release the lower back first. And once you feel that the lower back has softened, you can join Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together and knees opening out to the side. Again, returning to fire in the belly, honey in the heart. And now just be a witness. Just be a witness to the natural process of the body as the breath wants to smooth and even. Feeling the heart rate slowing down. This moment of pause, really tasting the sweetness of your practice. And let gratitude from the heart space flow through the whole of your body. Bring the hands to the outsides of your knees and squeeze them together. And then extending the left leg long, draw the right knee in towards the belly, give yourself a good hug. And then reaching for the right big toe, extend the right leg up to the sky. Left hand presses left hip down as the right leg opens out to the side. Nice big stretch for right inner thigh. Never forcing, just softening the foot towards the ground. Keeping the left hip down, really pressing with the left hand, both glutes on the ground. And using the squeeze of the inner thighs and the lower abdominals, floating the right leg back up. Take a moment to bend your left knee and scoot your hips over to the right. Re-straighten the left leg and taking your left hand to the outside of the right foot for a spinal twist. Right leg over to the left. Open right arm out to the side. And you have the option to bend at the left knee. Right hand catches left foot. Both shoulders on the floor. If you turn your head, bring it back to center, release the left foot. And then bring the right knee up and over, both feet on the ground, and get the hips back to the center of your mat. And extending the right leg out, hug the left knee in, give yourself a good squeeze, releasing hip flexors. And then reaching for the left big toe, extend the leg up. Right hand presses right hip down as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, left leg goes out to the side. We're taking this reclining, hand to big toe pose. Opening left leg out to the side, right hip stays down. And squeezing the inner thigh, squeezing the lower belly, float the left leg up. Bend at the right knee, put your foot on the ground so you can scoot your hips over to the left. And then straighten the right leg back out. Left leg comes over, right hand holds the edge for a spinal twist. So in that extended leg position for the spinal twist, getting a big stretch on the outer glute, outer hip. And then you can take that variation that looks like a boomerang, if you like, bending at your right knee, catching with the left hand. Both shoulders roll back down onto the ground, opening the chest, the heart to the side. If you're holding that bottom foot, releasing, unwinding, back to center. And once you're centered, take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. One more time, squeeze the knees into the belly. And as you inhale, lift your forehead up to meet your knees. Make yourself into a tight little ball. Give yourself a good squeeze. Hold the breath in. And as you exhale, release yourself back down and set yourself up for Shavasana, final relaxation. So you can place something under your head for a little support. You can place something under your knees. If you are outside and you're feeling a little chilly, make sure you either layer back up or maybe you would like to move inside so you're warm enough for Shavasana. Completely up to you, but finding your most relaxed and supported space. Allowing yourself to soften down into the ground, into the earth. And as you begin to let go of the physical body, take a few moments to really tune in to your ears, noticing all of the sounds around you. Let the physical body continue to soften and let go as you sharpen your concentration on all of the little sounds around you. Whether you're inside or out, noticing the farthest sound that you can hear right now. Bringing the ears in a little closer. You're noticing the sounds that are just at your periphery or just at the inside of your room, if you're inside. Bringing your awareness in a little bit closer, noticing the sounds that are outside of the body that are closest to you. And finally, awareness and attention come deeply inside, bringing all awareness to the interior space, hearing the sound of your own natural breath, the interior of your body. Gentle rise and fall of breath at the belly as you begin to drift and float. Taking time to rest in Shavasana. Taking time to slowly come back now. Come back to the body, lying here heavy and released into the floor. Come back to the gentle flow of breath that is already moving through. Simply witnessing this natural flow of breath that's already moving through. Slowly coming back to the ears, hearing, noticing all of the sounds around you. Aware of the sounds that are close, aware of the sounds that are farther away. Hearing them all connected. A deeper inhale now, filling yourself up. Sigh that back out, letting go. Breathing in. And sighing out. And beginning to move now as you're ready. Small movements to start, a wiggle of the fingers and toes. Getting some blood flowing again by rotating wrists and ankles. And tuning back into your body, tapping back into the muscular strength of the body as you stretch the arms away from the feet. Getting long. Good, and slowly when you're ready, bending at the knees and rolling to a side, curling up there for a few moments, fetal position, softening into yourself. These last final moments of gratitude and peace as you curl up into yourself. And pressing palms into the ground, use the strength of your arms, rise on up, find your seat. Comfortable seated position. And feel that effortless length in your spine now. Without any effort at all, crown of the head floating up towards the sky. Lots of space in the torso, between the vertebrae, and that grounded sensation through legs and sitting bones. Take a breath in together. And exhale out, releasing, letting go. Again, filling yourself with breath. And emptying yourself back out. And we'll conclude with an Om, filling up. Feel your Om, your sound, vibrating with all of the other sounds around you. Feeling yourself deeply connected to all that there is, all that there ever was, and all that will ever be. Bringing hands together at heart center. In gratitude for this practice that reminds us of what we burn for, reminds us of what we will do. Always wash with gratitude, compassion, and love. Honey in the heart. Namaste.